Okay, this is class number 3 and all about helping your body recover from abuse and trauma. And this is like an easy one, and yet people have to be very mindful of it. It's called breathing. And breathing your regulated way, your rhythmic sort of way is extremely helpful. But there are lots of little tricks to it. And as you've noticed, in all the meditations, the guided imagery, the creative visualizations that accompany each of the classes so far, breathing has been a part of it, because breathing is very helpful in being able to align your mind and your emotions and your body. So you want to be able to look at breathing as something you can do in a given moment. You can do it while you're at a red light. You can do it when you wake up. And just even 60 seconds of breathing with regulation can give you such a reminder of what it means to have your body regulate. It helps your body come off of stress breathing, panic breathing, and into, oh, I have a rhythm, I'm regulated, I'm not under stress. Your breathing when you consciously breathe, your breathing informs your heart and informs your biochemistry and informs your muscles that everything is okay. And when your breathing is out of kilter, if you've been accustomed to breathing very shallowly in your chest, or even high behind your sinuses or at the upper part of your chest, and you're not used to getting your breath all the way through your lungs in a sort of organized sort of way, then your body always thinks, oh gosh, I must be, you're breathing up here, I must be in a state of panic. This must be kind of frightening. There's something scary going on. So I often have shown you, panic breathing it's inadequate. It's inadequate for the body. It's inadequate for the muscles. What it is adequate for is if you have to be like the quiet little mouse that has to be incognito because a lion will come get it. Or maybe that it's breathing shallowly because you just can't even take the time and the energy. But it's just like, it's just so shallow and tight, and your back is tight, and your upper chest is tight, and you're barely getting enough for the blood to be able to properly be oxygenated throughout your body. And you're not really supporting your muscles. You're only supporting a little bit of your brain during that time. But that's not helpful. So what you want to do is when you notice you're kind of breathing here, to breathe. Notice the mouth is open. And then if you feel like you can close your mouth. So that is a way of moving. You match the intensity of your breathing, the rapidness of it, but you breathe deeper and keep the speed of it, and you do deeper and deeper and slower as you begin to feel, I can really breathe slower now because I'm taking in enough oxygen and exhaling enough carbon dioxide and all the toxins adequately enough that I can do that. Another way of doing it is called box breathing. 4, 4, 4, 4, very popular among yoga teachers, and that's just you breathe in deeply to a count of 4, hold to a count of 4, breathe out, exhale to a count of 4, and then hold the emptiness to a count of 4. So practice that a little bit. We've already done that to some degree in some of the meditations. But the benefit of this is that you're actually teaching real regulation. You've got yourself very programmed in. Another way of doing is that you breathe in to a count of 7, hold to a count of 4, and breathe out to a count of 7, hold to a count of 3. So it's 7, 7, like you're doing 7, 7, 7. And people break that down in all sorts of different ways. So the goal here is not so much that you conform to other people's kind of yogic breathing process, which is all very, very helpful. There's a whole science, a lot of books written about the power of breathing your body into regulated emotions, the power of taking your body from one state and into other states by way of your breathing and your breathing alone. Your power of your breathing to summons your consciousness and your mind and your emotions. It's very, very powerful to be focusing on your breathing. Also, when you are in a state of chaos or you're in a state of obsessing over something, to tell yourself to start focusing on your breathing is really helpful, because once again, it's you saying there's something I'm going to do that deliberately, consciously regulates me. And breathing is an easy thing to do. Noting that's exactly what we're doing with eating. We're eating deliberately because it's something we can do. We exercise deliberately because it's something we can do. We breathe consciously and deliberately because it's something we can do. And in the process of something we can do, we take ourselves out of the mindset of those things that we're powerless over. And often we're powerless because we're under such stress, and we are practice and rehearse in being powerless, as opposed to practicing being powerful and organized. So let's just do this 4, 4, 4, 4. We're breathing. Breathe in, and then hold, breathe out. And I'm going to do it with my mouth open, just so you have the sounds there. You can breathe it with your nostrils as well, and there's other tricks of that too. So breathe in. So you can see that even the very nature of taking your fingers and making them a deliberate counting for you becomes a part of the whole body, orienting itself toward intelligent regulation, because it's very, very rhythmic. It's 4, 4 time. Okay. Now, there are other things people do. They'll hold one nostril with their thumb. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. You breathe in. Again, it's another type of breathing. And there's so many variations of breathing. Have some fun with it, actually. You might try to see what type of breathing actually works you out of a stressful moment and moves you into a relaxed moment. And play with your style. When I work with individuals in stress management, panic attack, reactions, anxiety, even depression, and I help them with their breathing, it's not like the core focus of the therapy. But when I help them with their breathing, they begin to play with what matches. I begin to play with what matches them. So if they are really able to breathe because they're just talking, it's like, okay, now we just need to breathe. Now talk. Rest. Now say something. Now you can talk. Now you can say something else, because they begin to breathe in support of their words, as opposed to trying to take breath ins in between each of the words, because all they want to do, all they're focused on is the words. So that the breathing becomes something truly is all about supporting yourself. This is regulating yourself. This is you being in tune to yourself. Now, what's so nice about this, and I'm going to pair this right up, is that breathing regularly also helps create what's called confluence in your heart. So that confluence in your heart is the ability for your heart to keep a rhythm, so that from one beat to the next, the space is the same from one beat to the next to the next. And it measures the space in between the same type of beat, because there's all sorts of different beats in there that are going on with the different types of vowels and things of that sort in your heart. So it's like measures it from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And there's a device I'm going to show you again in an upcoming video that you can use that helps you be able to see whether or not you are breathing with regulation. Now, since I hope you've just breathed with me, I want you to see if you can feel your heart beating. Close your eyes, I will as well. And you breathe in to rhythm. So my rhythm is that I can breathe to 4 beats of my heart. I inhale to 4 beats of my heart. I hold it to 2. I exhale to 4 beats of my heart. And I hold the emptiness to 2 beats of my heart. And that to me is very soothing. I'm not holding my breath for too long, but holding it just enough so that the oxygen is really maintained in the body. And then I'm exhaling after it's accumulated a lot of that junk. It goes out. And then I hold the emptiness just to kind of create that space. There's a physiological benefit to doing all of that, but you're paying attention to your heart. So yet again, I want you to see if you can feel your heart. You can feel it in your neck. You can feel it on your wrist. Or for some of you, you can actually just feel it by being very calm and clear and feeling your body actually having the rhythm of your heart as it pumps blood through you. It's that ability to feel the rhythm of your heart and as it moves the blood throughout your body, and then to be able to breathe in a way that is in synchronization with your heart. And then, if your heart is not synchronized, if it's dysregulated, then you can still be in the process of taking in a regulated breath until your heart begins to regulate itself as well. Okay, so this is you, once again, being in charge, having your power because of what you do to your body. Okay, see you in the next class.